It's always about the people, not the money. That's the biggest thing I learned from Kirk Feller, who is a co-founder and owner of BGZ Brands. Kirk grew up in Southern California, and he moved to Utah for college and stayed in Utah, and that's where he started his professional career. He worked at a marketing company for a few years, and then while he was there, they acquired a screen protection company. This was called Screen Guards. Kirk eventually parted with the marketing company, but they actually gave him the failing company of Screen Guards, and he and his wife decided to take that and run with it. First, they changed the name. They changed it to Bodyguards, and this was Kirk's first successful company, Bodyguards. And what he did to make it successful is he took it straight to the internet. He realized that while phones were becoming more accessible and they were starting to take off and be more customizable, so could screen protectors. So they made a customizable screen protector brand called Bodyguards. Now, it wasn't so easy and fast for Kirk to have his business take off. Actually, it took 5 years for them to actually make any significant revenue. But because Kirk loved the people and he knew his purpose, he knew why he was doing it, he kept going. And even though he wasn't taking a salary for some time, he kept it going, and he helped his coworkers, his employees, to be able to have good salaries that could fund their families and their activities that they wanted to do. Then in about 2004, Kirk and his company, Bodyguards, landed their first huge deal. This was with Dell computers. They started making custom screen protectors for Dell computers, and from there they expanded to many different big brands just like that. And what's really cool about BGZ Brands is if you have a phone and you have a glass screen protector on it, BGZ Brands is the one that invented that. They did so much testing and research that they created the glass screen protector. But when I asked her what his biggest mistake was for his company, is that he said that they scaled too quickly. Even though they tried not to, they went from 30 people to over 100 people in just over a year. And this caused them to drop in the revenue per employee. They had tried to stay at $1 million per employee beforehand, but once they got over 100, they actually dropped, and that was his biggest mistake, is what he said. But like always, Kirk knew it was about the people, not the money. So he helped each of his employees to be able to live good lives and secure their livelihood. And here are the three biggest takeaways I can take from my conversation with Kirk Feller. First, know your why. Second, be passionate about what you're doing. And third, be realistic about your expectations. You don't want to expect that you're going to make millions of dollars overnight. That's just not going to happen. So if you can keep those three things in mind, you can make a successful business.